Hey everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful day. And I want to talk today a little bit about reclaiming what has been lost because of trauma. So often clients come to work with me, and this was definitely my own experience, where they are feeling the sense of grief and loss as they start to heal over opportunities and experience that they missed out on, or that maybe they never had because of their toxic, dysfunctional family upbringing, because of the trauma that they endured, or because of the impact on the trauma that they endured had in their lives. And I remember being in graduate school, years into my trauma healing, about 5 years in, and just having this huge moment of awakening, this big clarity of like kind of an existential crisis. What does my life even mean? Is my life even what I want it to be? If I had been more encouraged to follow my dreams, to develop my talents, to even explore my sexual orientation more, what else would I have done? Or what different life decisions would I have made? And I was able to work through that with support. And that's something that I talk to a lot of my clients about. Once we kind of get things a little bit more stable in life and they're starting to feel more secure in themselves as their own secure base, and starting to get their anxiety and their triggers under control, they start looking towards the future, which is wonderful. But the questions start to become, what do I want out of life? Like, who am I at my core? Who am I without all of these labels that maybe I got because of my trauma of somebody who was too crazy or too sensitive or mentally ill? Who do I want to be? Do I want to have kids? Do I want to get married? Do I want to change my career? Or maybe I've been in a career for 20 years and I hate it and I want to change it, but I don't know how. Because so often when we grow up in dysfunctional, really constricted, rigid, or enmeshed family systems because of intergenerational trauma, addiction, our parents' substance abuse, or their own unhealed, untreated trauma, we kind of shift into maybe that like shutdown mode. And this was me for years, that I was living in that dorsal vagal or kind of shutdown freeze response, but still going through the motions of life. So I was still going to school, getting married, building a career, having kids, like checking all the boxes of what I thought I was supposed to be doing in life, what a successful person is supposed to be doing. But I was so disconnected in many, many ways from my own desires and my own needs and my own values. And part of my healing journey has been kind of deconstructing all of that stuff that I've built, even to the point of getting a divorce from that first marriage, because it wasn't aligned with the person that I became as I healed. When I got together with my first husband, I was about 2 weeks out of rehab and having full-on PTSD symptoms, and was on a lot of psychiatric medication and getting a lot of support to help me with that. And that woman, that version of me, she's so precious. And she really wasn't in a place to ask these deeper questions that we need to be asking before we make huge decisions in our life, before like who we're gonna marry. So if you're just on your journey and starting to ask yourself these questions of, do I want to be in this marriage? Do I want to be in this career? Do I want to have kids? Do I want to be a career person or be a stay-at-home parent? There is like no judgment. There's no right or wrong way to be besides you and your unique skills, abilities, personalities. It's all exactly right, just how it is. And I'm so sorry if the adults in your life did not teach this to you. They did not reinforce these things to you. But I'm here to tell you, and you can start sharing this with yourself, that I'm enough and I'm just right exactly as I am and exactly for what I came here to do. And I don't know what that is, but I do know that part of healing is getting in touch with our truth and living authentically, maybe some of us for the first time in our lives, and shedding all of those shoulds, those expectations of our family, of society, and really feeling safe to get to the core and give our unique, sweet inner child a voice of what do they want and what are they looking to express and to bring forth into the world. Once we feel really safe and secure enough in ourselves to, use ourselves as our own secure base, right? Once we're our own secure base, we feel like we can take risks, we can explore the world, we can try new things, we can go off the well-worn path to the road less traveled. But that comes as we start to heal our trauma, and we start to heal those attachment wounds from our early childhood. So if you sense that you are made for more, that you are not living authentically, that you would like to get more clarity on the truth of who you are, what you want out of life, or maybe you're decades down the road in life and you are starting to question, like, is this really me, or was I just going through the motions and doing what was expected of me, but this is totally not me. I know for me, if I, maybe had different parents that valued the arts and creativity and, weren't like in a place of, just study and academics and that's all that matters, I might have explored more of my artistic or creative side. I might have moved to New York City and tried to become a writer or an actor on Saturday Night Live. That's kind of like my little secret dream that I had when I was in high school, that if maybe I had different circumstances, I would have pursued. So it's okay for me to grieve that. And, we could always go into like the what ifs. We had different families. We were born into a different community. We had different socioeconomic status. It's okay to give ourselves time to grieve that, but we can't let that build into like this huge resentment that's just going to keep us from moving forward. We want to acknowledge that and then say, okay, now with the cards that I was dealt and with this information that I have, it's my responsibility to heal. And so I can like really launch into the next phase of my life, whether it's a new relationship or leaving your relationship, or a new career or leaving your career, or just finding out what are your hobbies, what are your interests. It doesn't have to be these huge life decisions. It could just be in the day-to-day things that we do to explore who we truly are, to express ourselves, and to live from a more authentic, grounded, regulated, centered place. But we can only do that in big ways and small once we have addressed and healed these early childhood wounds. So I hope that this was helpful and supportive to you guys. If you're feeling stuck anywhere in your life and you're sensing that your childhood wounds are part of what's holding you back, definitely reach out to me. You can find ways to work with me in the link in my bio. And I hope you're having a beautiful day. I will talk to you later.